Alright guys, it's Jerningam here. Pakistani Tommy Robinson supports calls out of police racism in hits in the community. And this girl's called Jessica, which she's there from America and she's filming the UK of what's happening with all this Tommy Robinson kicking off. There's more. This has only happened like 2 hours ago. So I thought I'd do another video of this, a different video of what's happening. So yeah, let's press play and see what happens.
I want to address the Pakistani men from my community. Shame on you! Shame on you! You are a disgrace to the Pakistani community. You come here tooled up. The police officers knew what was happening right from the onset. These Pakistani men were not here to protest. They came tooled up to cause a fight. The police officers are totally to blame. You could have stopped this right from the onset. This is a political rally. We have the right to have a political rally. The Pakistani men have no right to come here and attack young kids in the crowd by throwing bricks and balls. Shame on the Pakistani community. And I say this to the chief constables, and I say this to the media. Present one evidence that this man is a racist. Present one evidence to me that this man is a far right, and I will turn against him. Present one evidence, and that evidence has to be audible. And I want to see him audibly saying racist things. If there's any evidence of that, I will speak against him. I will not stand here with a racist man. The reason why I am here, because he is not a racist. And I'm sick and tired of an innocent man being labelled a far right and a racist just because he speaks the truth about the men from my community that have raped white kids across 78 towns. That is raising community tensions. The men from my community are the most racist people that I can think of. I know. I was born into it. I was fed the racism that I was raised up in. White girls this, white girls that. That is racism. This is not racism. This is fighting against hate. Pakistani men. Where is your best team? Where is your sharm? Where is your best team? Hang your head in shame and go home. Go home. We specifically chose to come here rather than anywhere near the Muslim community. We chose here rather than in the city centre, so that we would not be said that we're provoking a reaction. We chose the safest place in Oldham that we could come and have a campaign rally. That gang of masked hooligan thugs were walked here by the police. We have seen in this campaign rally every single measure and every stop they could do to ruin it. Now they've provoked and allowed riots so that the headlines won't say that they come and attacked us. The headlines won't say that we had children and families on the campaign rally to exercise our democratic rights. The headlines won't say that. The headlines will say that we've stirred up tensions and we've stirred up trouble and it's our fault. That's what the headlines are saying. To every single person who's just watching the evidence and the videos of what has happened here today, what do you think it's going to be like in the future? What do you think it's going to be like in every town and city across our country? Already now, we can't have campaign rallies. Already now. We don't want violence. We don't want trouble. The only way we can fight this is through the ballot box. Let's start that revolution on the 23rd of May. Everyone who's here, anyone who's been injured, anyone who knows anyone who's hurt, I genuinely believe the police are asking and asking and asking intentions once it's been made public, Tailikng. We're in the middle of a housing state with lots of innocent families and children. I know you're all here. I'm trying to work out how everyone's going to get away. How are you all going to get out of it? We've got children having bricks and bottles thrown them by gangs of Muslim youth. All we're trying to do is hold an election campaign rally. We have specifically chosen not to go into the city centre. We specifically chose not to go near any Muslim estates in order for there to be no trouble. And still, they've come to these estates. They've come out of their areas and come to attack our campaign rally in a non-Muslim area. And still, watch the media only focus on our behaviour. Watch the media try and spin this completely. This is a non-Muslim community. They have allowed Muslims to come and violently attack it. Violently indiscriminate against women and children. Women have been violently beaten. Imagine what the world and our country would say if the Muslim community were having a campaign rally and hundreds of white masked men turned up and beat up their women and threw bricks at them. Imagine what people would say. This is not right. This should not be allowed to happen. This is not the country we want to live in. I think, to be honest, the longer I stay here, the longer they're going to stay here. As it gets into the evening, the last thing we want is them not rioting across the city. So I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to leave. I'm going to love you all. I'm going to thank you all. I'm going to say, I'm sorry that the way this has been policed has allowed that. I'm sorry that there's members of this. In fact, it's not members of this town. They've travelled from everywhere. I've just heard online they've got Halifax Pakistanis. They've come from everywhere, they have. They've come from everywhere to kick off and cause violence. And the worst thing is, all the intelligence was there online. All the people inciting were online. But I think the best thing so that there's less disorder is for me to leave. So thank you all for coming in.
Interesting. Goes to show again, more trouble and more violence. Only people want to be peaceful, and some people just ruin it, don't they? Don't understand why. Right, so trying to figure out what else we can show on here. Again, I'm doing a lot of videos today, guys, as you can see. This is Brexit. Theresa May must speak the truth about the European Union.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister is now well aware that I've had the privilege of serving the people of Huddersfield for 40 years. But is she aware that when I came into this House, I was a passionate Eurosceptic? And the reason that I changed my mind, I saw how the European Union delivered prosperity, cleaning up the environment, keeping the peace, keeping our security. It changed my mind about the value to all the people in this country, as well as my constituents, of staying in the EU. Isn't it time that the Prime Minister spoke out the truth about Europe rather than the big lie of the UKIP party?
I say to the honourable gentleman that I think this House voted for the referendum. The government at the time said that it would abide by the decision of the referendum. The people voted, the people made their choice, and I think it is right that this government delivers on that choice and delivers Brexit. And the honourable gentleman mentioned, we've mentioned earlier him coming into this House, and he's been serving his constituents for 40 years. He mentioned prosperity. Actually, in 1979, it was a Conservative government that came in and turned around all the problems of a Labour government and gave this country prosperity.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Got Nigel Farage. Oh. Nigel Farage in there somewhere as well. Wherever it is. Let's see. This one was one day ago with Tony Robinson.
From the minute we arrived in Carlisle, we were followed by police. Then we saw something very different to everywhere else we've been campaigning. When we got into the town centre, the police stood and blocked the road, literally like this. You're not coming in it. They refused to let us get our vehicle in. We drove around the other side of town. They had police at every entrance where you come into the town centre to prevent us getting in. Oh, sir?
We'll let the vehicle down, but they're not happy for the screen to go.
But that's a four-wheel vehicle. It hasn't got. It doesn't mean any. It's no difference to this vehicle.
Yeah,
So legally, on police law, it's the same. So this isn't a police issue. Parking that vehicle there.
Let me get out of the road.
Let me get out of the road.
This is the left badge. Or
Yeah, it's parking there. Or what? Or you get a parking ticket. One more time. Why are your police blocking the road? Out here. You've got officers positioned to block the entrance of every road into this town. Why?
We've been asked to do so as a health and safety issue around this kind of pedestrianised area. I appreciate that, yes, there are people, but they are in charge. You're not supposed to put things in a car or a van or whatever it is.
We've got the cars up there. It's only my car. It's not.
And it's not an election campaign, it's not on it.
Yeah.
They don't understand that.
We've been blocked at again, we've been blocked at every entrance into town. You actually followed us. I remonstrated with the police to say that this is not police. This is not what the police are supposed to do. You're supposed to enforce the law. This is not criminal law. It's got nothing to do with you. That we're trying to set up our campaign. Do you know what they've done? You've spent 5 officers blocking the road. So you got this on the other road. We've pulled up. They've said you're not coming down here. It's like that's not your job. It's not your job. You're police officers to enforce police law. If I park my car here, it's got nothing to do with you. You can't do it. I get a parking ticket by the council, not by the police. Your police officers are being used by the council to prevent our election campaign. That's what's happening. Okay, how long will that take? Because our bus now has been to 3 different parts of this town. Each place we've pulled up, your police officers have actually stood across the road and said you're not coming up. They're not acting as police officers. That's not their job. I know that's not their job. I know legally that's not your job. You're being used by the council to prevent our campaign. It's not being facilitated.
Between all of us, all right. So we've got to be clarified, and we'll find out.
Okay. Also, in the town centre that day were 38 police officers sending out a message as though something dangerous was happening. It's just me on an election campaign. They were blocking the roads, and then they were videoing us everywhere we went. You'll see when I went up to them asking them, why are you videoing us? Why are you following us around with a camera videoing us? If Jeremy Corbyn was there, if other MEP candidates were there, would they be being treated like this? Why are you filming me? For the prevention of crime. You're filming me for the prevention of crime. Wow. You explain you've got 38 officers in this square.
There's a few more people than this.
Do you not have any time in colour? There's no crime. Can you should I film that? Do
you know what's funny every time? Apparently over there we have car ride against racism. The only non-white people in this town are with us. You're all white. Look, now your whole crowd are white. It's comical. It's comical. I have not had one negative word said to me. Every single member of the public. Every single one. And now when I go to court on the 4th of July, again, it's not great, I don't want to go to court. I want my children, the most thing that gets me upset is my children thinking about it. My kids thinking about it. But I know that. But at the same time, I know that I'm not going to apologise. I will not apologise for telling the truth. When I go to court on the 4th of July, it's not me who's in court on trial. It's the British judicial system that's on trial. The British public. The British public will make their mind up. They're scared of you. They're not scared of me, they're scared of you. They're scared of you. In the Italian election, the media, the establishment were against Salvini. The people supported him. On the 23rd of May, no matter what you jokers over there do or say, no matter how much police interference in this election campaign that we witnessed today, no matter what the police or the judges do, I know the people who stand with me on the 23rd of May. With your help, the next time I walk into the Old Bailey, I'll be walking in as MEP Tommy Robinson. When I started my activism, I didn't come barefaced. I used a fake name and I wore a mask. Why? Because I was scared. I was scared because of the repercussions. I was scared for my job. I was scared for my family. So I know every single one of you. I know exactly what you go through to even share a post, to tell your family, to tell your work colleagues, to speak your opinion. So to me, honestly, every single one of you are my heroes for taking the chance to even come out here, stand here and be photographed at my demonstration. They don't care about us. That's the one thing I can guarantee every one of you. I'm one of you. I'm one of you. I might be a little southerner, but I'm one of you. Once I win as an MEP, one of the first stops I'm coming is back to this city. And into your town hall. I have so many people kissing, cuddling me, so many women hugging me. And you know this narrative and this image of our supporters, it winds me up so much because they're standing right in front of me today. This is the backbone of Britain. It's the backbone of Britain. On the 23rd of May, every single one of us are equal. Rich, poor, black, white, nothing matters. We're all exactly the same, yeah? We are all worth the same on that day. We need to galvanise it, we need to use it, we need to show our power. And if we do, they're not going to know we're here. 23rd of May, please.
You've seen the interference. This is why we need you. I need you. You've seen. We've been removed from all social media. The police interfere in our campaigns. Our Stripe account has been removed. I need you to share everything. Spread the word far and wide. Let's send them all a message on the 23rd. Help me do it.
Interesting. Well, for Tommy Robinson, there's a lot of people want to be in power, like, you know. Very good, yeah.
3 months ago, my wife and my mum got sat down by the intelligence services and said, we have intelligence that people are going to throw acid in your faces. Yeah? That's my family. I've had 8 official government warnings on my life. I was met, you can go and watch on YouTube, I was met 5 days ago by the police who told me, stop the campaign trial, someone's going to murder you on it. I'm still here campaigning. I'm still going to win the campaign as well. I'm here.
What are you campaigning for again?
I'm campaigning against the European Union. I'm campaigning for the truth. I'm campaigning against censorship. I'm campaigning against the politically correct nature where people are too scared to talk because everyone shouts racist. It's like that's what I'm campaigning.
You're complaining there. That's why I'm not aiming it at the government.
I am. My message. I'm saying here. Find me one thing on there about.
Obviously, you're not going to play. You're not that stupid. Come on, you're a clever guy. People like you come up and play against that.
Yeah, no one else. In fact, I've been in all day. Everyone else is
Wigan though. No one ain't good enough for Wigan.
Bring up what?
Islam. No one's going to bring up that in Wigan.
No, that's. I want to send a message to the European Union. Did you vote for Brexit or not?
I didn't vote for nothing to be in.
Have you ever
I was in jail.
Oh, you was in jail. What was you in jail for?
Well,
Was it racism?
well, that is a crime. It's nothing serious I went in for.
Doesn't sound serious.
Yeah, it's not serious.
No.
No,
So, who you voting for? Makes way for.
I don't know.
You know what? Have a laugh, vote Tommy.
Just for the crack.
Just recently, just
Bets.
that's not going to happen anytime soon.
No, I mean,
Where you?
no. You're fasting today, brother?
I'm not fasting today, no.
Why not?
I've been here for the past 2 days.
Oh, you've been travelling.
I've been travelling, no. Not much.
You haven't been here, so you haven't been here, so you're not fasting, so you've been travelling, no?
I said I've not been travelling, no. I said I've been ill for the past 2 days.
Ill. I don't understand the British accent, sorry.
Where are you from? Where's your accent from?
Australia.
Australia? What, do you come all the way from Australia to cover him, or?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's how much we don't trust the media.
That's how much you don't trust the media. So are you a fan of Tommy then?
I love Tommy.
You love Tommy? Why do you love him?
I don't know, but I think that a lot of what he stands for, I believe in. I think he speaks the truth.
Shut up. Come on.
Immigration. What is it? Let me put the question to you. What is it that you don't like about Tommy?
It's the way he comes across with things. It's not right.
Okay.
He's just got one of them looks. No one can see.
Okay. So is it the subject? Is it what he's talking about? Is it the way he's talking about it?
It's just altogether the way it come across with things.
Because what I've noticed, a lot of people will turn around and go, "Oh, he's a racist." Do you think he's a racist?
I believe so, yeah.
Well,
His real name is not even Tommy.
Okay,
What's
does
his
that
real
matter?
name? What's his real name?
Stephen Yaxley or Yaxie?
There you go. Where's that from?
What, his name?
Yeah.
It's a football hooligan. What does it matter? Does it matter?
Yeah, it should matter because if you're preaching about this immigration,
Yeah.
then you should be in UK in first place.
He shouldn't be in the UK.
Well, if he's preaching about all this immigration law thing, then
What is it? Do you understand what his problems with immigration are or not?
what he believes there's too much foreign people coming to the UK.
I don't think that's what he believes.
Yeah, I
But,
think he believes so, and he thinks there should be a cap on it.
okay, and you said that you
So I think there is a cap on that.
and so you were saying you think he is a racist. Can you tell me what it is he's ever said that is racist?
You know, listen.
No? Can you tell me anything he said that is racist? Do you know anything?
When you guys are pointing this camera thing,
You know what?
right, what I'm saying, when you guys point to this camera thing, he's trying to be clever, so he limited what he says on the camera. But off the camera, when people are actually videoing, obviously people have caught him. Obviously, either been what's it called? Attacking. Yeah, even attacking mostly. Obviously, racist might not be the right word to use. I think
It was the word you used, though.
I said, racist might not be the actual right word to use. I think it's more of a religionist kind of thing.
Religionist.
Yeah.
So like
if
Islam.
that's a word anyway, like it's picked mostly on Islamic due to obviously the way media brought Muslim out saying obviously there.
Do you think he has a right to discuss Islam
Everyone's got a right to discuss whatever they want to
and to
discuss.
criticise it?
100% not, because it's like me saying all white people. I should judge white people based on EDF. So
But
it doesn't make sense.
but
No, to you it doesn't make
I'm putting it back.
it's like me judging, saying all
Well,
white.
not really, because Islam's a religion. White is a race. White is a colour. So
No.
so you
I'm
can.
not saying, no, he's judging terrorists, saying Muslim are terrorists.
On
So
the-
that's what I'm saying. I should be judging white people, saying obviously because of the EDF.
Well,
So it doesn't make
not
sense.
really. What he's doing is he's saying, I'm reading the scriptures. These are the problems in the scriptures, and these problems show us how they're played out in society. So he's just showing that in the scripture it actually shows you to do that. It tells you to do those actions. Now, that is not the same as blaming all white people for a belief system that they don't follow. If all white people followed the ADF belief system, if it was their religion, then we should be criticising not even every white person. He's not even criticising all Muslims. He's criticising the belief system itself. So when it comes to the ADF, you should be criticising the belief system. So should we be allowed to, if somebody in Britain today sees a problem with the Islamic doctrine, doesn't matter, you can say Christian doctrine, Jewish doctrine, whatever doctrine, Nazi doctrine, any doctrine, do you think we should be able to criticise it?
I think it's done. Not to criticize the actual thing itself, is to criticize the individual himself.
But what if it? But the problem is
Because obviously, yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'm Muslim before, but obviously,
but you don't believe in violent jihad.
I've been brought up by my mom.
Yeah,
Obviously, and I've been brought up in a Muslim environment. Do you understand? And obviously, the way Tommy and everyone else,
it offends you.
sorry, I've made it sound that I think it's kind of more exaggerated to get immediate attention or over people's attention to believe.
Can I ask you something then? You're practicing?
I did practice, yeah.
Okay, so there's a hadith. Are you Sunni or Shia? So there's a hadith that says that on Judgment Day, the stones and the rocks and the trees will cry, oh Muslim servant of Allah, there's a Jew behind me, come and kill him. I'm a Jew. So should I not be looking at that hadith and be worried? Do you know the hadith I'm talking about? And it's one of the real hadiths.
Okay, right. You're saying that, yeah.
Yep.
But do you know when the Judgment Day is?
in the future.
But do you believe that there's a judgment day will come? Do you believe?
My point to you,
No,
I don't, because I don't believe in any God. I don't believe in any religion. So why should it bother me?
So why you
I understand that argument, and I agree with you. I agree with you in principle on that specific hadith. The problem is if you go through Quranic texts, through the Sunnah, you see plenty of anti-Jewish hatred. You see also nice stuff. In the beginning of Muhammad's life, he was a fan of it.
So why you guys are not pointing that out? What's wrong? Why is he just
the nice stuff?
Obviously,
because
you can't tell me. Obviously, the Bible or the Christianity is all full of goodness.
It doesn't. Okay.
No. So why does it not point that out when even the Old Testament,
I'll give you two answers.
the New Testament?
I'll give you two answers. When you have Christians flying planes into buildings, when you have Christians beheading people on the streets, when you have Christians committing acts of terror in the name of their religion today, then I am all for criticizing it all. Any text that you believe it's coming from, criticize it. The problem is we don't have that.
Okay.
In Islam, we do have it, and do you want to know why?
No, do you know the problem is? Right, I'll go on. Right. If the plane, so-called, that you guys are using all the time.
You don't believe September 11 happened?
I'm not. Okay.
Is September 11? Is September 11 happened?
That of 11, yeah. I do remember. Yes, but I'm okay.
Who do you believe did it?
No. You guys looked. You say Asian, so you must be a Muslim, ain't it? Okay. What about the white people?
They were all shouting Allahu Akbar.
Everyone can say that. Come on. So if I say okay, if I say in Jesus' name and I crash a plane, that makes me a Christian. I crash a plane. No. Ask me that question. So if I shout in Jesus' name and I crash a plane,
Al Qaeda took responsibility.
No. I'm asking that question. So if I say in Jesus' name and I crash the plane,
if you do it in then I will question.
So before you question anything, you say straight away I'm Christian.
You're doing it in the name of Christianity. Yeah, sure. So you're doing it in the
The point that's the question. How was Al Qaeda created?
The Americans. You're right about that.
It was an inside job. It was an inside job and all.
See, so all this crap you guys are preaching. End of the day.
I'm asking you here because the fact is you're telling me if somebody walks up and commits a terror act and says they're doing it in the name of Jesus, then I will believe that they're doing it in the name of Jesus. I come from a Jewish background. I know when somebody tells me, historically, somebody tells me, and as a Muslim you should believe the same. If somebody tells you they hate you for what you are, I believe them. Because historically, it's always played out to be right. It's always eventuated into that reality. So you look at Hitler for example.
Divert the conversation for a moment. Now you see, in this country, we've been sold this idea that immigrants place a big strain on the economy. Now, there is obviously a factor of Islamic terror.
Two different issues, though. Yeah.
When you look at the wars that have happened, when you look at what happened to Afghanistan in the 90s, Afghanistan was practically economically obliterated. There is that thing in Islam and deep in the human psyche as well, deep rooted in human nature. If your enemy comes at you, do something back to them. But I can't speak for. I have no idea.
So my question to you is, does that excuse terrorism?
The point that I'm getting to is this concept that immigrants put a strain on the economy. Now, these same people who are telling us that this is the truth are the same people who are detriments to our British economy with their offshore tax swords, paying 0% British tax money. It's not the people at the bottom that are posing risks to this country, at least financially. Let's take it away from terrorism for a minute. It's the people at the top who are taking money out of the country.
Yeah, that's fine.
My point on this is to conclude on this, we do believe there's terrorists in all races, but the most one that's been picked out the most is a Muslim mosque. Yes. So people that look Asian that shout so-called Allahu Akbar, then when I get picked out the most to sell whatever, so they can make a profit. Yeah. So
are you denying that Islamic terror is the majority of terrorism today? Are you denying that?
I'm not denying. I'm saying there's terrorists in every single race, but the one that comes out that have been proclaimed the most is the Islamic
in 2019 because they're the most relevant. They're the ones
that's what I'm saying to you. So you guys, medias, could sell your money and make people believe and get make people believe or if you attack certain ways, you will make that, you will make people read, and you make that money. But I believe personally, the one that's not been spoken about, yeah, is the UK government. I believe they've been doing something hidden, yeah. For someone to go and attack that building, there must be something that have been done that no one's actually spoke about, that needs to be told. Because I believe even the British or the United States or whatever, they must have done something in the back room that they don't tell you everyone. Yeah, it's either they've gone looking for this oil in Iraq that's never existed and killing God knows how many people and doing whatever. They must have done something that they're not telling no one, yeah, to start this course. Because
To start what?
whatever the hatred that's been going on between even the Islamic, as you said, and the UK. But most people are
Do you
getting
think the government set up the division between the Muslim and non-Muslim?
no. I said I believe there's something in the back room that's not been said, yeah, that has started this course.
Like what?
I don't know. That's what I say it's been done in the back room.
So you think it's...
Obviously, the elite that would know about this and to be.
There's a lot of corruption there. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that one. My question to you is: Do you think Islamic scripture has any responsibility for Islamic terror?
No, I think it's done on individual.
So why are they all quoting the same text?
Because if it is, then every Islamic person will be on the same mission. So is that?
Well, not really, because as a Jew, I know that there are Jews. Today's Ramadan.
Yeah.
As a Muslim, there are many Muslims that keep Ramadan. There are many Muslims that don't keep up Ramadan. There's many reasons why the majority of Muslims would not carry out violent jihad, and it is not the responsibility of every Muslim to carry out violent jihad. That is just those in the military. The military in Islam is not the final goal to have a worldwide caliphate. Is that not the final goal in Islam? Do you study?
No. See, that's where you in Islam we look at everyone as brothers and sisters. Like, if you
know, my family's from Yemen.
Yeah.
They were dhimmis. You know what a dhimmi is?
Yeah. Well, like I said to you, listen, brother. Yeah, listen, brother. We look at everyone. Yeah. You, him, them. We all look at.
So why are you Muslim? Why do you treat him different to me?
I wouldn't.
What's the concept of a dhimmi?
The only thing I'll do different is greet him differently, which is greet him.
So what's the concept of a dhimmi? Why, according to Islamic scripture, if you are the government here, would you treat him different to me?
I wouldn't. No. I wouldn't.
That is Islam.
Yeah, that's not Islam though.
Under Sharia law, there is a.
You don't understand it until if you're brought into a Muslim, if you're brought inside a Muslim family and you was raised in a Muslim country, yeah, the way you're thinking will be different because you're going off is what you've so-called reading, what you've read, or
what I've studied. That's fine. No.
Yeah, and what was someone that's probably not Muslim.
No, I've studied it. And I've read the Quran and I've read the Surah and I've read it all. And what I'm saying to you is,
if you go to an imam, yeah, which is like a pastor to
I know what an imam is.
If you go to him, yeah, and he said that to you himself, or like a sheikh, yeah, and they said that to you, they will tell you the same thing. We'll look at everyone as brothers and sisters.
Okay, the fact is that words don't matter when actions count.
No,
actions count more. Show me an Islamic country. Show me an Islamic country that is under Islamic law, where Jews are free to live in peace, non-dhimmis, not as a second-class citizen. Show me a country where.
I can't speak for it because I've not been to every single.
Give me one. Give me one example of any.
Okay, I'm gonna say to you, yeah. I think people need to think differently now, yeah. Why is it UK and USA, they're nice with Dubai, yeah? They're nice people with Dubai, yeah?
I agree, that's corruption. That's corrupt. That's corrupt.
And they're not nice with Saudi. Ask yourself that. You guys need to ask yourself that question.
I ask everyone that question. I agree with you. That's corruption.
That's the Muslim country.
That's corruption. I don't speak for the American government. I don't speak for the UK government. I'm asking you.
I think I need to look my
Have you ever experienced about this with your own lives?
I've served in the Middle East. I've been there. Yeah. What is it? Whereabouts? In the Gaza Strip.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who with?
The Israeli army.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So I was in the forces, unfortunately, for 12 years.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of stuff myself.
Okay.
So you should realise most of it's bullshit.
Have you ever
Bullshit. I've seen, say, 12 things that so-called happen in the news.
Okay. I'm not talking about the news. I don't trust the news either. I'm asking you this: Have you ever read Islamic scripture? Have you ever read the Quran? And you don't find any of that worrying?
I find some of the stuff on the Bible worrying as well, but say you interpret it, isn't it?
Not really. I gave you. Let me go back to the hadith that I gave you. As a Jew, give me a way to interpret this.
For me, if you truly believe there's a God, which I know there's a God, right? You shouldn't be killing anybody.
I agree, but Islamic scripture.
But all this has been generated to happen.
What did Muhammad do? What did Muhammad do?
Well, you don't know what Muhammad did.
It's in Islamic scripture. It's written.
It's a story.
But these people believe he's the perfect man. And if you believe that's the perfect man, a man who slaughtered 900 Jews, a man who married a 6-year-old child.
Muhammad was perfect because even Muhammad couldn't read. That's what I say. That's why you ask Allah, is it Ikhlas?
So Muhammad's not the perfect man.
No. See, we didn't say he's a perfect man. See,
he's not the perfect man.
No.
He's a real man.
But he's not the perfect man.
Yeah, he's a real man.
Is he a perfect man or not? This is the question. Is he the perfect man or not? Because it matters. You know why it matters? Because if you tell me now, you're the first Muslims to tell me he's not the perfect man. If you tell me he's not the perfect man, then that's okay. The problem is that people who follow Islam and believe Muhammad is a perfect man, and everything and this is the wording, everything he did was good and must be emulated, copied, and be like him. So he married a 6-year-old. Now, Abraham also, according to Jewish texts, married a 3-year-old, but no one thinks that he was perfect. So if you believe he's a perfect man and must be copied, then marrying children is okay. If you believe he was a perfect man, he was a warlord. He killed and beheaded 900 Jews in Kaaba. Yeah, so if you believe he's a perfect man, that's where the Jew. And I'm asking you, is he the perfect man or not? Because according to your scripture, he is considered the perfect man. If you believe otherwise, then
this one belief is a lot.
Is he the perfect man or not?
Like I said to you,
is Muhammad the perfect man?
Like I said to you, no one is the perfect man. We don't believe no one's a perfect man apart from Allah. That's what we believe.
So Muhammad is not the perfect man.
No, the only perfect person that we believe is perfect is Allah. That's the only person that we believe.
So do you think those actions that he did, marrying a child, killing the 900 Jews in Taiba, that was wrong?
What was the reason why?
Okay, but why did he kill? You tell me.
No, you tell me.
I like the Islamic narrative.
You're the point that I have, but tell me the reason why.
I know why you're going to say he didn't.
Go on.
It was defensive, is what you're saying. It was a state of war, and they had to slaughter 600 Jews who were 900 Jews that had.
I'm not saying trying to say what I'm going to say. I'm saying why do
I think it is? Because he's a brutal murderer.
There's loads of people with you.
He was a mass murderer. That's why I think.
So UK government is a mass murderer then. Then you could government are mass murderers.
Israeli Defense Force mass murderers.
The Israeli So you're basically saying that Muhammad was like the UK government. So he went around, he beheaded those.
No, I'm saying if that's what you're saying, then that's what you're saying about.
No, well the reason he went into villages and slaughtered, beheaded 900 Jews is because he's a mass murderer. How else can you explain that?
He didn't just go out and just go kill them.
What did he do?
Let him come to Wigan and start beheading people.
What did he do?
What happened?
There's many Muslims that go around beheading people. Don't act like it's surprising.
He's a Christian either.
Where are the Christians?
Wait. You've got to be further back in history.
What I think I remember happened was these Jews had betrayed in some way their allegiance to the Prophet, and so some of them were brought out to be killed, and the punishment was actually decided by a Jew. It wasn't actually decided by a Muslim. A Jew was appointed to decide their own punishment. I believe that was the case. But don't take me on that.
Can I ask you then a question? Why, whenever we see rallies in Western, and we see it in Australia, we see it in Britain, we see it across the globe in America, when you see rallies that are, you know, anti-Israel rallies, what is the chant that they sing? Do you know? It's in Arabic.
Israel's not a country.
Kaiba al Yahud.
Why are you ignoring him?
Whatever, because I'm Israeli. You're telling me my country's not real.
It's not always been Israel, though, has it?
When was it a different country?
You don't know the answer to that question.
No, I don't know. Tell me when it was. Whatever in history, it was an autonomous state to any other nation. Tell me when.
Once upon a time, right, that place was never called Israel, my friend.
Okay.
The area's always been there.
Once upon a time, this wasn't the UK. What's your point? What's the point? Israel is a state. You don't recognise it.
Where's all this going? Because we're all clinging on to age-old stories.
Okay. You're getting really defensive. I think right now you're taking it personal, yeah? Because obviously...
No, I'm not.
No, I believe, yeah? You're taking it personal yourself, yeah?
About what? About saying that Israel's not a state? Yes, I take that personal. Because that's my...
Israel are arming on with the Americans, man.
They're on with the Americans, that's fine. They're UK's...
Fine, though.
You don't... Are you...
Fine, because they're trying to dictate across the world like they've always have done. They keep other countries locked down, go into other countries and dictate.
I'm not pro their foreign policy half the time. I agree with you.
Man.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with Israel.
But these are all the stories, aren't they? Age-old conquering divide stories. Catholic, Protestant, Muslim, Christian, keep everybody fighting with each other all the time, isn't it? Where's it going to end?
That's the question. Where's it going to end?
And I think when people stop idolising.
I agree with you. I'm anti-religious. I don't really care. I'm not religious. I don't care. I think
sure, because you seem to say this word believe, and you're throwing back to Muslims.
Well, I'm asking you questions when it comes because I've studied it. I've studied Judaism. I think Judaism is funny too. The difference is the reason why I don't have problems that I have with Islam, with Judaism, is that I do. I personally think that it's barbaric. I think Sharia law is barbaric. Do you believe Sharia law is good or bad? Do you believe
UK law is good and bad. Do you understand?
Is Sharia law good or bad? Would you rather live under UK law or Sharia law?
There's good and bad in both laws. Yeah, there's good and bad in both laws.
Okay, so Sharia law is not perfect.
Not
Sharia law changes in the various
Don't start saying. Well, I'm originally born in Nigeria. Yeah?
Nigeria, yeah.
So this Sharia law, do you know what I mean? Have you lived under it? No.
No, my family has.
My grandmother. No. I'm not saying for it. I said I'll view yourself. No. So you've not experienced it. So why are you saying it's bad?
I've watched it in practice when serving in the Middle East. I saw what they do to a woman who was raped. You know what they did to her? You want to know what they did to her? What did the Sharia court? No, that's not the punishment. Do you actually? What's the punishment?
They put stoned to death, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she was stoned to death for being raped. That is Sharia law. Is that?
Like I said, that's what I'm asking. Have you been to this country that's got this Sharia law and have you actually practiced it yourself?
No, I haven't practiced it.
So if you've not been there and practiced it yourself, please don't say what people have said to you.
I've seen it. I witnessed that with my own eyes. So you want to tell me that that's not Sharia law?
You witnessed your own eyes.
I served in the Middle East. That's where I served.
And she said, okay. And you was
in the Gaza Strip. I saw where they were stoning her.
Okay, why is Israel got a problem with Gaza?
Why does Israel have a problem with Gaza? What do you mean? What's the question?
Well, why is there a conflict between both of you?
What narrative are you trying? My perspective. Okay, so the Gaza Strip is self-contained. They voted in their own government, which they voted in Hamas, which is a terrorist organisation, who in their own charter, that exact hadith that I brought to you is in their charter.
So is that a good reason for Israel to fly planes and bomb innocent children as well?
Oh my gosh! So The planes and bombs, when did they come? We're talking about the last 2 weeks. Let's talk about that one because it's the most recent. What happened first?
I'm asking about...
In general, what happened? What happened? What happened?
That's what I'm trying to say to you. You not saying about what happened with the British or UK government before all these attacks started coming. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You're just focusing.
But I think you're wrong. Israel, if somebody flies rockets into your country, what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do? If somebody flies rockets into your house, what should you do?
I'm sorry, Israel's fly rockets and bombs.
They never do until the rockets go.
That's
Mate, you've never been there. You're telling me not to judge Sharia because I haven't lived under it. But you're telling me how it is on the Gaza border when I served there for 3 years.
Yeah, we served there for 3 years. You wasn't there the whole entire time. When
you're telling me Israelis are firing rockets into Gaza? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I believe that.
Why would Israel fly rockets into Gaza?
You tell me.
There's absolutely no reason. The entire Gaza Strip is controlled by Palestinians. So why would they?
Yeah, so I mean, how many Palestinians probably dead by now? 100,000, 300,000, thanks to Israelis. But
you're talking about since the war in 1948. When are we talking about?
But that one's okay. Yeah, but that one's okay.
In war? Yeah. When there's a war?
No, see, but there's something that starts.
Does Israel have a right to exist? Do Israel have the right to exist?
Everyone's got right to exist.
Is Israel as a state?
Everyone's got right to exist.
Okay, so if somebody attacks your state, what should you do?
Well, so you're saying they just came and attacked Israel?
They always do. Now, okay, so there's two countries. 1948. No. Let's test your history. 1948. What happened?
When I wasn't born at that time.
1967. What happened?
I'm not from Israel.
Okay, so let me tell you something. Okay. When Israel was declared as an independent state, it was attacked by all its Arab nations together as one army, coming from all directions. They lost that war. Israel won. Okay? They still agreed to a two-state solution until 1967, where all the countries came back again and tried to annihilate Israel. That is pre-1967 borders. When I talk about that, that is when Israel won all this land. Now, they also took the Sinai Desert, which is triple the size of Israel, Egyptian land. Now, what they did with the Egyptians was in 1980s, I think it was, where they made peace with Egypt. That still stands till today with the Egyptians for their land. Israel, Jordanians, same thing. Israel has no problem living with its Arab neighbors. The problem is, and it goes back to our initial issue, is that the Arab states, all those Arab nations all around that peninsula, do not like the Jews. Why?
Listen.
Why? No, why?
I can't talk for
you. Do you want me to tell you why? Because of Islam. Because it is in your scripture to hate the Jews. And if you deny that, you are lying to yourself, or you've never really studied it.
I'm not.
What do you call Jews in the Quran?
Listen.
What do you call Jews in the Quran?
Listen, yeah. Obviously, you're taking it like personal and getting self-defense and that. What I'm gonna say is, yeah, right. I'm gonna end it here as well. Listen, yeah, because all this, yeah.
Where are you from? What's your
we all go in a big circle here. Yeah. You do something, I do something, you do something.
I just think that we've got to get rid of scriptures that tell you to kill me.
Listen, that's how it's going. You do something, I do something. You do something, then I retaliate. You do something. That's what is happening right now. Yeah. That's what. Do you believe that?
No. Okay.
Flipping out. That was weird. That was a long video, I'll tell you that for certain, guys. This is Nigel Farage.
Separating from the United Kingdom, but staying part of the European Union means that Scotland will be independent. And it is, I think, the most dishonest political discourse I've ever seen anywhere in the world. You single market. You cannot be independent if you're governed by Monsieur Barnier and Mr. Juncker. You can't be independent. And I think this myth needs to be exposed. There are maybe as many as 30% of SNP voters that do not want to be part of the European Union. And I would say to those voters, even though I'm very much a unionist, but I would say to those voters, unless we get Brexit, you cannot really have an intelligent debate about Scotland's future. And actually, what you ought to do, folks, in this election, if you're genuinely a nationalist, is desert the SNP, lend your vote to the Brexit Party, let's get out of the European Union, and then have an honest debate about the future of Scotland. It's been my great privilege to be back here in Edinburgh today. I notice that the howling mob outside is considerably smaller than it was when I was last here a few years ago. There is a ruling class of politicians and political parties who genuinely believe that they know better what's good for us than we do in our own judgments. When they say that we didn't know what we voted for in the referendum, what they mean is we're frankly too stupid, too ignorant to be given that choice in the first place. Can you imagine, 3 years on, with the referendum not delivered? Can you imagine if in an African country an election had simply been overturned? There would be uproar. Many of those of the liberal elite would now be having a fit of the vapors. They'd be demanding the United Nations be sent in. And yet, it is the arrogance of those elites that now stop Brexit from happening. And the reason we do not behave like they do, the reason we would never behave like they do, the reason why I'd never ever have anybody in the Brexit Party speaking or behaving in that manner is because we believe that those generations that went before us made a massive sacrifice for us to be able to we are the party of democracy. We are the party of the nation. Thank you.
That's Nigel Farage, Brexit Party leader, UKIP. I'm going to see if my... I'm trying to download Red Dead Redemption 2 as we're speaking as well. But it seems to have paused for some reason. I don't know if because of the memory. Let's look here. Double check it and see what's going on. Notifications, I think. Where's it gone now? Why is it not downloading? It seems to have paused itself. Unless I may have to change the discs over. So this is the Red Dead Redemption 2 disc as well. Copied application data from disk is complete. I've got to insert the second disc in of Red Dead Redemption. So I'm reinstalling this as well as I was speaking about other things, and Tony Robinson and Nigel Farage, Red Dead Redemption 2. Supposed to be some new missions on it as well, so I'm going to insert the second disc and I press OK and take this out. Okay. I'm going to put the second disc in, take the first one out. It's told me to because the memory is big on this game, as you all know. I don't know what is going on with GTA 5 recently. It's gone very boring. GTA 5 game here. I've got to check and see if I've got enough memory to actually install the second disc, which is Red Dead Redemption 2 here. Put it into the machine. The only reason why I stopped playing Red Dead Redemption 2 is because there were griefers and trolls and people that kept blowing you up, and now they changed the rules on the game. It's a lot nicer game this now. I wish GTA 5 would get rid of the griefers and the trolls and the people that blow your stuff up, but there we are. So that's downloading. See second part of Red Dead downloading. So it should be done in about a couple of hours. So installing disk there. See, this is how big the disk is. Copying applications, half of it's done that side. Then you've got to go to all that down there. So another couple of hours and we should be done. Anyway, apart from talking about that, I'm going to see what else is on YouTube. Put the YouTube back on. Let's see here. Netflix, no, not much Netflix later.
They're not even giving us the choice.
Nigel Farage again. See what else we can put on. You've seen this video. 3 hours ago, this one. Another Tony Robinson video.
I'm Jessica Spenkiowski for the Rebel Media. Here we are in Haywood, where
This
Tony
woman's from
Robbins
America,
is
this
about to make his speech
Jessica.
to the crowd. We have protesters on the other side of me. The little group over there. I did try and go over, but the police did stop me. But they said there is a possibility for me to go over when things settle down a little bit more. So I will keep you posted, and we'll try and go talk to them soon.
You are part of a tidal wave of patriotism that is currently sweeping the northwest of England. Every one of you. Black and white, unite and fight, kick the racist out. Black and white, unite and fight, kick the racist out.
Why are you here?
It's a protest against Jackson Lennon.
And why? Protesting why?
This is an answer.
So what exactly has he said in the past to show that he is a Nazi?
Well, if you look, if you do your journalistic research, you'll see yourself. You know, you can. It's black and white. It's just an answer. Black and white.
Why are you protesting today?
Because we oppose fascism.
Is Tommy
The racist out. Black and white, unite and fight, kick the racist out.
Who's the racist?
Unite and fight, kick the racist out. Black and white.
I've seen a YouTube channel, Rebel Media. He's an Islamophobe. Why are you trying to portray him as anything other than being Islamophobic and hateful towards me and my community? Why are you trying to portray him as being anything else?
Is it racist to criticize Islam?
It's not racist to criticise Islam. What he's doing is he's creating an ethnic and religious nationalism.
Is it okay to throw milkshakes at people?
Sorry?
Is it okay to throw milkshakes?
No, it's not okay to throw milkshakes.
So why is he holding a milkshake?
Well, let's talk about what Tommy Robinson's talking about. I mean, Tommy Robinson's coming here to stir up hate in a community that's been left behind economically. Where's his solution to the austerity measures that have been going on for the last 30 years? Where's his solution to the NHS underfunding? Where's his solution to the housing crisis? I would ask those kind of questions because they're far more fundamental than when he was having an interaction with somebody in Bolton or Bury. I forget which place it was, but far more fundamentally is the politics that's being played out here.
So who's a politician that you support?
I would support Jeremy Corbyn. I support the Labour Party.
And why that?
Because it's on the left, because it's progressive, because it's going to actually unify the working class for the benefit of the working class. This is disunity. This is divisive. We want unity. We want to build a better society for the benefit of everybody within it.
So why is Tommy a fascist and a racist?
Why is he? Because he is a racist. He doesn't like Muslims, we know. Go and listen to his hate speech. Anyway, I don't really want to...
Can I ask why you're protesting today?
No, you've already had that answer. I don't think you need any more information or material. I think you should leave now. You should leave. Go on. Do one.
No, I'm not going to do it. I just went over to the other side to ask some very simple questions to the protesters, as in why they're here and why they think Tommy Robinson is such a racist and a fascist. They didn't have much to say, and I quickly got sniffed out as rebel media and told to F off. So it actually looks like the protest is over. Tommy's speech is just in the middle of it, but I guess it was a short, quick protest today. For the rebel media, I'm Jessica Schwentniewski. I'm here in the UK to report on Tommy Robinson's campaign because I don't trust the mainstream media to do so fairly. To see all my videos and help support independent journalism by helping me pay for my journey.
Very interesting American woman.
TommyReport.com. Unlike the BBC, we get no government funding and we rely 100% on viewers like you.
Interesting. She's all the way from America and she's come to the UK to just see what the problems are. So she's saying. Okay, breaking news about Donald Trump. See.
Some more breaking news now. A massive bombshell just dropped on Hillary Clinton. The smoking gun just found changes everything. John Solomon for the Hill reports that the country's chief corruption prosecutor on Thursday in Ukraine opened an investigation into suspicions that Sergei Leshchenko, a crusading anti-corruption member of Ukraine's parliament and former investigative journalist, accepted bribes in 2016 from a Russian source that enabled him to buy a luxury condo far above his.
Damn.
Everyone, I'm Dana Bruno along with Dagan McDowell on Willie.
Just turn the channel over. Drop the controller. Sorry about that, guys. I dropped my controller.
Some more breaking news now. A massive bombshell just dropped on Hillary Clinton. The smoking gun just found changes everything. John Solomon for the Hill reports that the country's chief corruption prosecutor on Thursday in Ukraine opened an investigation into suspicions that Sergei Leshchenko, a crusading anti-corruption member of Ukraine's parliament and former investigative journalist, accepted bribes in 2016 from a Russian source that enabled him to buy a luxury condo far above his means. Solomon appeared on Hannity, broke it all down. Take a look.
Do you remember, we said about a month ago that the origins of the Russia collusion narrative might have started somewhere in Ukraine. And since that time, we've learned a lot of information. We learned that in December, the Ukrainian courts ruled that Sergei Leshchenko, the parliamentary member that you just mentioned, had wrongly interfered in the U.S. election. This is a court ruling. He wrongly and illegally interfered in the U.S. election by leaking documents about Paul Manafort designed to smear the Trump campaign. Then a few weeks ago, we got Nellie Ohr's testimony from Congress, and we learned that that same Sergei Leshchenko, that same parliamentary member, was the one feeding Trump dirt to Fusion GPS, Christopher Steele and Nellie Ohr's firm. Tonight, we can report that in the time frame when he was doing both of those things, leaking the documents about Manafort, providing information to Fusion GPS for the Clinton campaign and the DNC, he was receiving money, that's the suspicion in Ukraine prosecutors say, from a Russian oligarch. And then he ended up buying a very expensive apartment just a few days after Paul Manafort was forced to resign from the Trump campaign. So this is the beginning of an investigation in Ukraine. It's been announced. The prosecutors told me today they are looking at whether that Russian money had something to do with Sergei Leshchenko's dealings on the Trump campaign, the Clinton campaign, and of course, Paul Manafort. Yeah, listen, I think the Ukrainian prosecutors got to do their job. They got to follow the money. Let's see if that Russian did pay for it. Let's see if it's connected to Manafort. But there's no doubt tonight, Sergei Leshchenko, a Ukrainian parliamentary member, a source for the Clinton campaign, is taking on new significance in America.
Wow, this is huge. This is big. This is big news. All right, and this all dovetails nicely into the new investigation that William Barr, I keep getting the two confused. Remember Bob Barr, he was a libertarian candidate for president years ago.
It's hard to get everything in one bloody stream.
His new investigation. Hopefully he will get to the bottom of this. Now, Leshchenko, they write previously, has denied any wrongdoing. They say that the 2016 purchase, now Solomon writes, the 2016 purchase of his condo was investigated once before, and he was cleared of criminality. Now, the allegation of foreign bribe money adds a completely new element. They said here that the court ruling against Lukashenko was extraordinary, an extraordinary admission of foreign government influence on America's last presidential election. Sworn testimony released a few weeks ago by Congress revealed Lukashenko also was a source of Russian dirt on Trump that was fed to Hillary Clinton's opposition research firm Fusion GPS, the firm that created the so-called Steele dossier that led to a 2-year Russia probe that recently cleared Donald Trump of colluding with Russian President Vladimir Putin. So a Ukrainian parliamentarian fed dirt to Clinton's
Well, some people like the news, don't they?
and leaked to the media information that harmed the Republican candidate's campaign. That seems like more collusion than was uncovered by Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. Now, Devin Nunes appeared on Fox, and he referenced that with each passing day, we are learning even more details of the actual Russia collusion as we're peeling back the onion on the Russia probe. Take a look.
As we continue to pull back pieces of the onion, more and more things started to fall out that we had to follow up on. You know, even today, we continue to be in need of more answers, right? So, I mean, just in the last few days, we found out that there are emails that involve Christopher Steele that were sitting at the FBI, at the State Department, at the Department of Justice, that were not only not given to Congress. I think every American knows out there that Congress ran an investigation. Anything involving Christopher Steele, the spy that the Clinton campaign ultimately hired, should have been given to Congress. Now, how did we just find out about this in the last few days? So, and I can go on and take up your whole show with questions that I have, but I think what you're seeing is you're seeing a real attorney general, a professional, and someone who's not going to take this poisonous garbage that the Democrats and the Clinton campaign started, and irresponsible people in Congress and the media continue to put out there and poison people.
We'll see what is.
And we are the remedy for that poison. Bill Barr is the remedy for that poison. And according to Solomon, the question is now raised: a Ukrainian parliamentarian fed dirt to Clinton's team and leaked to the media information that harmed President Trump's campaign. So now we are ever closer to the sources, methods, and individuals
Phone's gonna die.
of the true collusion. The true collusion. The true Russian collusion. Thank God. Thank God for this.
Phone's nearly died on me as well.
We're getting closer. Continue to pray. Continue to have the patience that's needed. The wheels of justice move very slowly. As you can see, 2 years for Robert Mueller's investigation. But we're getting started. The facts are becoming clearer every day. And soon enough, we will have that justice. Comment below. We'll see you at the next report for the Next News Network. I'm Gary Franchi. Thanks for watching that report. You know, with all the riots and division across the country, especially with what just happened in Oregon, the future of America is not promised, and neither is your safety. One of the best devices you can invest in for your family is one of these bad boys. It is a Patriot flashlight. This is the 2019 model. Get 20% off checkout with Patriot 20 until the end of the month. Now, this little bad boy, it's got a solar-powered panel on it. 500 lumen flashlight that can be seen miles and miles away. Look at that. This thing will give Hillary Clinton a seizure. Okay? The emergency strobe has 4 unique light settings. Also, this edition has an emergency siren. Now, if you pop this little cap off right here, you know what will happen? And there's a button right here. Watch this. I don't know if you can hear it, but now that's with the cap on, the compass cap. It is so loud. And the best part about this thing, too, you can actually charge your phone with the USB slot right there. Solar-powered phone charging. It's got a compass. It's got a wire cutter, so you can go ahead and you can cut your seat belts, or you can cut anything out that you need to in an emergency. You can recharge your phone. High and low beam modes on the light, as you saw. And then this little sucker here. This is going to break any glass that you need to get in an emergency situation. Okay? High-powered magnet as well, all while remaining very, very lightweight. You want to get one of these. It's durable, it's lightweight, it's compact, and it's great. It's great handling for all emergencies. Remember, 20% off at checkout. Okay, the promo code is Patriot20. Go to patriotflashlight.com. Thank you for watching that report. If you want more, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the Next News Network logo right here. You can also watch our latest news reports by clicking here. Or you can get the latest breaking news by clicking here, or the most viral news on the channel, the news that Hillary and Obama hate, right here.
Right. All right, guys, it's Jerningam here. I'm going to end this broadcast now. I've done it for like 96 minutes. The battery's gone dead on my phone. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Share these videos with your friends. And I'll be back in the next broadcast. Thank you for joining me. And I'll be doing some more stream later, probably with some of this Red Dead Redemption 2 later stream when it's downloaded again. And yeah, thank you for joining me. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace. Thank you for joining. Peace.